Hi, everybody, and welcome to season one, episode 15 already. I can't believe it, of Power Networking Media's weekly feature program, Spotlight on Small Business. I'm your host, Moshe Klein. Spotlight on Small Business introduces you to successful small business owners who share content and information that you don't want to miss. Today, I'm so thrilled for two reasons. One is I get to speak with one of my favorite people, Kathleen Blair from Vendvana, Barter and Trade, about one of my favorite subjects, and that's barter and trade in the world of small business. So, Kathleen, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you. You know, I love networking with you. You always have a smile on your face. You're happy probably because you're helping small business owners, but just indulge me. I've been trading for many years. You've been bartering and trading for many years. For the benefit of our small business owners, viewers who may not be as familiar with the concept of trading in business, please assure us and them that I don't have to haul my goat to the marketplace and meet you in the square to trade for your bushel of tomatoes. Tell us a little bit about really how barter and trade works.
Well, we've come a long way from those days, Moshe, and we are a form of currency recognized by the IRS. Vendvana actually acts as a barter bank. All our members have a bank account, and whenever they do a trade, whatever they're charging in cash is exactly what they would charge in trade, the retail price, and then the money goes into their account. So it's not a direct trade, as you were just alluding to, where you give me this and I give you that. No, that way you don't have to get whatever that person has if you don't want it. You can put it in your barter bank, and then when you find something from a member you need, you have the money there to get it.
Got it. So, to be more specific and on a serious note, let's use me as an example. As an accountant, I do a tax return, and let's say that tax return is valued at $59, which is our standard starting price. I would bring my services to the Venvana marketplace, and there it is. And if you would want to take advantage of it, we would then trade from our Venvana accounts. Am I correct about
That's
that?
correct. Uh-huh.
So I would then sell my service for $59 and my account would be credited and your account would be debited. And
That's
that's
correct.
how it works in general. So it's very similar to cash, but it's not cash. We're benefiting from our services, selling our products and services in a different way and conserving precious cash. Isn't that right?
Yes, especially now. There's so many small businesses that have really been hit this past year, and so they're struggling. And this is a beautiful way for them to really not change anything that they're doing. But if they're paying cash for certain items that we have members that accept it and trade, then I can loosen up their cash flow so they can get items maybe they need, maybe they have to hire somebody and they don't have the extra money for payroll. I can, find them cash by just trading to a member who does the same service, and then they can do a service, whether it's an hour a week that they do, or maybe two jobs a month, or maybe they have inventory not selling that they want to put on trade. But I'll be happy to come in at a complimentary assessment to show them how trading will save them cash.
And
And it
you
will
know,
also attract new customers to them, because
it
if you use
sure
it right.
does. Oh, absolutely. Boy, you've touched on so many things. I want to pull on a couple of those threads. We only have a couple of minutes, but I want to talk about what you just said. So, as an accountant, I work with small business clients all over the country that do have excess availability of their time if they're providing a service, and in many cases, excess inventory. And those small business clients that don't use trade are actually stuck. If they bought 1,000 widgets for the Christmas season and only sold 700 of them, they've got 300 widgets sitting in their warehouse collecting dust. Or if they're an attorney or an accountant or a web development consultant, they've got some extra time on their calendar. Barter and trade is the perfect solution to help them grow their business and become more profitable and well connected. So let's actually talk about that for a second, okay? I always use the example of a service provider. If there are 40 hours in the week, we know you're going to be working with 20 hours of client work. You've got 10 hours worth of priceless networking. So that means if you do the math correctly, let's see, 40 hours minus 20 with clients minus 10 of networking, you've got 10 extra hours. How can an attorney, an accountant, a website developer use that extra 10 hours through Vendvana to increase their sales? Take it away, Kathleen.
Well, what we would do is we would let our members know that there's availability. And let's say the accountant or the attorney has certain services they provide. We would market that in a newsletter or a letter to our members so that they know it's available. Then they would go and call those people directly, identify themselves from being a Vendvana member, and set up an appointment. Then when the transaction happens, they just right on the computer, the seller can go and put in the invoice and it will transfer the money from their account into his account.
So let's stay with that example. We've got literally about 1 minute left. I could talk about barter and trade all day, but let's talk about the attorney, the accountant, and the website developer. From my experience, all three of those people need each other. So the attorney sells an hour of his time providing legal services. The accountant buys an hour of legal services time because he sold an hour of accounting time, and both the accountant and the lawyer can buy time from the website developer to help promote their business, and not $1 of cash traded hands. Did I get it right, Kathleen?
That's correct. Just to set this record straight, there is a 6% transaction fee. That's
Oh,
the
of
only
course, there is.
cash transaction fee, because the bank has to stay in business too.
Last question for you, because sadly we are out of time, but we're going to have you back as a returning guest. This is an important subject in the world of small business. But Kathleen, Vendvana Barter and Trade is based out in the Phoenix area, but you are affiliated with barter and trade companies all over the country. Could you take 10 seconds and talk about how that works, how somebody in Phoenix could theoretically trade with somebody in Miami Beach?
That's correct. We all belong to a national barter exchange. And so our trade dollars are the same as if we were in the same city. So as long as you have trade dollars to spend, we can get items to you.
Even though we are out of time, in the few precious minutes we had together, I think it's obvious to anybody who is seeing this interview that you're a knowledgeable and well-connected lady. If any of our viewers want to reach out to you one-on-one privately for a free confidential consultation, what's the best way to reach you, Kathleen?
Well, you can email me at Kathleen at Vendvana, that's VENDVANA.com. Go to our website, vendvana.com. That's again, VENDVANA.com.
Kathleen, thanks again for taking time out of your busy day to be a guest on Spotlight on Small Business. If you'd like to be a guest on Spotlight and shine a spotlight on your small business, just send an email to team@powernetworkingteam.com and we'll make those arrangements right away. Be sure to tune in every week for a new episode of Spotlight on Small Business. Until then, good luck and good networking.